Falcons Field Hockey Club started back in 1968. It's got a tremendous history of participation and really, I think, community building. It's also got an unusual pedigree of what I would call excellence in field hockey, contributing to the provincial and national teams, the Olympics, through all 4 decades. The Falcons, I think, has got a pedigree of putting players on Team Canada, probably as much as any sports club in Canada. It's a wonderful tradition. Right now we are girls, boys, men and women. We've just finished our adult league with 5 teams this year. We're going into the junior spring league now. I think we've got about 350 juniors playing, again, from the ages of 6 up to 18. We'll go into summer tournaments this year. They're both competitive provincial tournaments and also mixed adult tournaments. So the club is really busy now, almost 12 months a year. And again, I'd really encourage all alumni and all non-hockey players to realize the Falcons, it's not just about the junior league. We're playing all year round, and there's really an opportunity for everybody to get out on the turf and play, whether you're a hockey player or not.
Tell us a little bit about the future and what you're hoping to do with the new turf field.
Well, one of the things the Falcons are doing, I'm old enough that I was around here in the 70s along with Guy, our club captain, and at that time, the Falcons and Delta put in a new grass field, which is right out beside us here on the turf field, and it was built in the mid-70s. And what that field did, it was one of the nicest grass fields in Canada. It allowed the Falcons to step up and host some very elite competitive play. It allows the players to develop at an elite level. And that just brings everyone out. Everyone likes to follow when your program really develops. Well, in the early 90s, or perhaps in the late 80s, field hockey moved to turf, and it's moved to what's called a flat turf. There was a water-based turf guy. I think the very first one was in Montreal for the Olympics, actually. Hockey has become a very fast, low game on turf. And really, since the early 90s, the Falcons have watched the game almost move past us, and it's time for us to catch up. The non-competitive hockey can use the all-turf here at Winskill that was put in, about 10 years ago, I think. But for the Falcons to catch up in terms of developing a field hockey specific program that will give kids the chance to push their game at any level. Right now our competitive teams are playing in Surrey as a home field. We're really going full circle and looking at, in the 70s, being a leader in BC and in Canada by putting in a field that was really the envy of every club. And right now the club is just raising money with the idea that hopefully one day we can get a flat turf, again, that will allow this club to really push at all levels.
What's it going to cost and how quickly can you get it in?
Well, there's a couple of analogs. We're lucky. There's been, I think, 5 water-based fields now, Guy. 2 have been built in the last 2 to 3 years. One in Surrey at a park called Tamanawis, and one in West Van at Ambleside, which actually is named after Ross Rutledge, a Falcon alumni, and truly one of Canada's most prolific international goalscorers. Both of those fields, the costs are different depending on the sites. The cost at the low end is probably $1.5 million. The cost at the upper end might be $3 million. It really depends on the site work. They're not that difficult to put in when, in a case like this, you've already got a site there, and that was also the case at Ambleside and in Surrey. It's really a matter of just getting the fundraising going, showing a commitment from the club, and then looking at how the field will be utilized. In the case of Surrey, they have the little kids on there for soccer and lacrosse. You could probably do the same thing here in terms of who's going to use the field. I think the important thing is that this field, with the history of this club, and now the fact that the club is busy 12 months a year, again, all ages, men and women, boys and girls, it's a field that